I'm gonna say primarily most of the videos on this will be about building and being in the garage, because I do way more time in here than I do actually at the races. So we got a bunch of projects to do. The 748 motor, it's leaking some coolant out of the head, blowing head gasket basically. Then we got our endurance bike. I get ready for Summit in a few weeks. This thing could be worse. Motor and fork swap on the Gladius. And then what people seem to be the most interested in is the SV 400/505 build. And then that'll be in this bike here, which needs pulled. One quick look at the Gladius before we tear her all apart. She's a sweet machine, so we're gonna try to get a little more power out of it and let her rip.
Still I breathe a sigh. It doesn't seem so lucky now, but maybe I can figure out why I haven't been much myself, and I feel like my friends being put through this hell. Feeling I think that I'm living, if you could call it living, so brash and unforgiving, ruled by the vibe I'm bringing, serving myself. Serving myself.
Alright, we got the different motor in, and it's not that easy because this is basically a first gen motor with just the dual plug heads on it. And the issue that comes with that is that we need to swap out this clutch cover, the whole cover, and the stator cover. And the reason for that being, if we move around to the other side, is that the clutch actuator for the first and second gen is different from the Gladius and the third gen SV. If you see here, this is where the clutch cable would go in, but it's going to hit the frame. So we have to change over to the new clutch actuator, which is actually on the inside of the pressure plate of the new SV and Gladius. So let's get those covers on. Alright, we got the cover on, and you can see it's much different in this area. So this is the Gladius and the third gen system. We see how the clutch cable comes in like this, and it has this little arm here that it connects to. You can't just pop this on an older motor and throw it in your new SV or Gladius. The push rod is also different. And we're going to swing around here now. And this is your new actuator for the Gladius and the third gen SV. So you adjust it here instead of conveniently on the outside of the older models. This is what would be there in place of this on the older models. But instead we have this. So let's get it opened up. Alright, we're gonna stop this one here. I think we got the Gladius in a pretty good spot. There's only like one or two things we need to do to make it race ready. And one of the things is just putting on the steering damper. And other than that, she's good to go. Test ride was good. Everything was good. Next videos probably get into the SV 400 and maybe the endurance bike. Other than that, I need to experiment a little more with the cameras, some techniques, you know, still learning software and stuff like that. So see you next time. Good. Just got to button a few things up, stamp.